Hi there, welcome to the Vibe of the Week. So today I want to talk with you about October 7th through the 13th so that you can wander, plan, and explore the week ahead. And let's go ahead and dive right in. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see the chart as I'm talking through the week. So starting off, we're going to fast forward ahead to Tuesday, October 8th. We have Venus trine Mars. So Venus in Scorpio trine Mars and Cancer. On October 8th at 5:21 a.m. it perfects. With this transit, it's bittersweet because Venus is not strong in Scorpio. This is considered to be her place of detriment. So she needs to work in different ways that she's not used to actually express her qualities, as well as Mars is in its fallen place in Cancer, and so it also has to express its qualities in different ways than it's used to. So for what I mean there, Mars in Cancer, it's like a warrior in the kitchen, the warrior that protects the home instead of being in, like, conquering new lands. It has to protect the home, protect its family, and or it's kind of like the warriors back in civilization, the soldiers back in civilization, and that is not a comfortable transition. It's very much the mind is still at war, and now we have to act normal, and that if it's not the transition isn't worked out, isn't assisted, that can be very dangerous. And that's why we, in our society, see a lot of veterans that are homeless, veterans that are, struggling in a very, just in a very sad way. And because there's not this like nice transition that's going on. And so that's kind of how I see Mars in Cancer. It's kind of like the warrior is back at home in civilization, but there's no assistance, there's no support in doing that. So, if you were a tanker and you're used to driving people off the road or running them over if they are not abiding by the rule and they're not getting out of your way when you're trying to, get to your site, you just bump them off, you run them over. But here in civilization, you can't do that because that is not civilized. That's not the way we operate here. People can just drive however they want to, well, without getting caught, drive however they want to, and then Mars is just stuck with watching it without being able to like move itself, push them off the way so that they can get to where they're going. So yeah, it's a very uncomfortable place for Mars. And Venus being in Scorpio, Venus is kind of like, naturally a very loving planet, a planet that is wanting to have reciprocal relationships and be appreciated, beauty, to be appreciated, be able to create beauty. And with Venus and Scorpio, the beauty is tabooish. The beauty is seen through dark things. Appreciation of dark things. So this could be the one that is gothic, that loves the darker arts, or has to manipulate to get love, has to play those mental games to get what Venus needs, love, appreciation, comfort. And when these two are an aspect to each other, and by trying, I really see this as I don't know if it's like a bittersweet, but it's very complicated. And so we start this week off with some complications here if we don't know how to channel this energy in a very constructive way. So we want to look at where Scorpio and Cancer rules in your chart, and that's what we'll see, like that dynamic is taking place. So in case of this, like if this was a person, they have Virgo rising, Venus in the third house, Mars in the 11th. So third house being communication, being in a local environment, dealing with siblings. The 11th house is dealing with friends that are supportive of your wishes and dreams, networking, wishes and hopes, this dynamic is going to be complicated. We're having to get what we want through conflict, through having to manipulate, having to make some hard adjustments, so that we can get what we desire and what we are passionate about. So yeah, this is starting off pretty tricky, I think is a good word. So 7:22 a.m. the same day, Jupiter and Mercury are trying. So Mercury being in Libra, I think he's okay in a sign. He's just trying to communicate about what needs to be just, and then being trying to Jupiter, which Jupiter cares about things being just as well. It's philosophy. It's also those are judges, people that make laws. Jupiter represents that as well, but it's stationing. It's about to station retrograde, and so what that looks like, especially if it's a trine. So this is still a harmonious aspect. They're working together. They see each other in a harmonious way. So our communications and our sense of just luck, optimism, expansion, and it's starting to slow down. So I kind of see this as like hidden profit gains before the withdrawal, before the reversal. So we think we might be getting some gains here. Think, Mercury, gains, Jupiter. We think we might be getting gains here, but Jupiter stationing retrograde. So that could be getting ready for a reversal, a withholding, a withdrawal, or there'll be some critical thinking while alone about, or it could be like critical thinking while being alone. It can bring success and relief to problems that we might be having. But again, we want to not be putting so much weight onto it because Jupiter is stationing retrograde. So that's going on as well on Tuesday. On October 9th, why is this not? No, it's not letting me. Okay, so October 9th, we have at 2:04 a.m. It is official. Jupiter is stationing retrograde. So move this over a little bit. Yeah, so he's going to be stationing retrograde here. So that means, that continual sense of growth, that continual sense of expansion that you hoped for and attaining is slowly, this could be one of the manifestations. It's slowly being withdrawn. There might be an ego deflation. You may become disheartened by your environment and how it's not producing what you've been desiring up to this point. Your energy is now being turned inward. And it's becoming apparent that it's going to take some time for your ideas, your desires for growth or relationships, or your plans in general, it's going to take time to evolve. And also with Jupiter retrograde, it's this planet, again, being the planet of philosophy, of our belief systems, of our, our compass on how we want to grow in our lives. We're now having to come back to ourselves and make sure we're not proceeding, growing with someone else's beliefs. We're having to make sure that we are still in alignment with our belief systems. We thinking about what we actually believe. Thinking about, is this something that brings us joy, the way that we are growing? Where we're now having to process that. So this retrograde, I didn't get the date fully, but let me go ahead and do that. Jupiter will be retrograde for some time in Gemini. So yeah, it's going to be retrograde all this year. So let me go ahead and just put it on my thing here. So he will be retrograde in Gemini until February. Yeah, so the beginning of February, Jupiter will be retrograde in Gemini at starting at 21 degrees all the way to 11 degrees Gemini. So you want to see if you have any sensitive points here, 21 degrees or 11 degrees in Gemini, or any of the mutable signs, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, because you're going to really feel this shift that's going on with Jupiter. I know for me, I'm going to feel it because I have Gemini at 12 degrees. So yeah, this is going to be an important, and especially it's my Time Lord as well. So this is a planet that's ruling my year. And so I'm really going to feel this. We'll see what I'll end up doing and what organizations I'm connected to by that time. But yeah, so take a look at where Gemini is placed, because that's where you're going to see a lot of maybe reversals, things that you're just kind of like, oh, I'm not really vibing in this growth anymore, and I'm going to pivot. I'm going to change things up. Okay, so on October 9th, I'm going to back over there. At 4:38 a.m. and then for the next couple of days, the moon will be in Capricorn. Shift it a little bit. So the moon will be in Capricorn, and yeah, this phase marks a great time to reflect and decide what is our intentions and why we should hold on to them. Again, with that Jupiter stationary retrograde and then the moon the next day following up, I think this is great because it's going to help us get a little grounded as we go through that shift that could be really sensitive to us, that could make us feel very vulnerable. The moon is coming in at the first quarter moon in Capricorn is coming in, and the moon on that same day, I'm looking ahead, the moon on the same day of Jupiter stationary retrograde is coming in and really helping us solidify some things. So, and it's waxing, so it's getting prepared to be a first quarter moon the following day. So it's a good time to focus on some inefficiencies that are going on with our tasks that we're doing on a daily basis, and just making sure that it's helping us reach a certain goal that we have with as much ease as possible. So I think this is a very supportive moon as Jupiter stationing retrograde and really making us question our growth in life, this year so far. Okay, so now October 10th, we have the moon, first quarter moon in Capricorn. And then that's going to help us, just mark this a great time to reflect and decide what is our intention now that we have been seeing the inefficiencies of our daily actions and how it aligns with our goal. We'll have to question if we want to hold on to this course or pivot. We're having to consider our personal resources. How are we using that to accomplish our goal? Are we using our resources the best way possible? Our time, money, energy, and people. This could be definitely not the time to scatter our intentions, scatter our energy, scatter our resources. So we want to be very critical with ourselves and making sure that we are making the right connections. On October 11th, the moon will move into Aquarius, and it's continued to wax, so grow in light. So this moon is going to help us see opportunities to explore ideas and see how we can use them to better our chosen community, how we connect to our community, how we utilize our information just in general. This moon is going to be really helpful. So definitely I know, like for me, moon in Aquarius is really a wonderful transit because it gives me some really cool ideas. So if you're like me, you might want to hold on to some, your journal and a notebook and pen, sorry. And jot down those ideas that come to you. They might be really useful later. And it could be some really far out ideas. It could be really some ideas that you might utilize for years to come. So that can also happen because your Aquarius is very much forward thinking. It may not be applicable to you now, but still it's great to just kind of hold on to them because it might be later on. Okay, now Pluto on the same day is going to be stationing direct in Capricorn. So it is getting ready to be out of Capricorn for good for our lifetime. So yeah, that's exciting. Pluto stationing direct. Now we are moving forward with our use of power, our resources, and our understanding of our duty in Capricorn. So yeah, the Pluto being concerned about power, Capricorn being concerned about power, resources, we're now able to reconfigure what needs to happen here. Pluto might be like, because Pluto also is a planet that takes things away, so that deeper healing can happen. And so, he might be here in this Capricorn house taking that last bit. So maybe, I know that for some people, I've seen that Pluto is taking away their addictions, taking away their need to smoke, their need to drink. That could be that last bit that Pluto's like, give that to me. This is no longer needed. This could either happen forcefully due to some sort of crisis, or it could just be a minor crisis and you just decide like, I just need to do this, which is better. The latter is better. You don't want to have, life forcing that change onto you, but Pluto, that can happen because we might be really stubborn. So yeah, that is there. So our cardinal signs are definitely going to feel this shift going on. Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, and Libra is feeling this, and Pluto can finally start leaving you alone once he is out of Capricorn. So on October 12th, Sunday, I have this deep thing in my ears. Is that everything I need to say? Ooh. I guess the last bit is that it's the critical degree. So things are really speeding up here, making you feel rushed to maybe get rid of the thing, let things go, what have you there. So I think that's that last bit that needed to be said. Okay, so 9:02 a.m. Mercury in Libra will square Pluto. Okay, Mercury will square stationing Pluto, and yeah, this is going to be rather intense. The intellect Mercury is challenged square by Pluto's need for power within or without. So that could be really some challenging conversations that are very confronting. Where's the money? Where did that go? Why do I not feel reciprocated in this relationship? What are you not doing that we agreed for you to do? Or that might be happening to you. So it's very confronting conversations that are happening right now. Unearthing information that forces you to make a rational decision. So yeah, maybe you or someone else is very confronting on, that agreed contract, Libra, and how it has not been fulfilled. And now we have to make a decision on, we're keeping this connection or not, and of course with that 29 degrees, it's like yes or no. And then having to force yourself through that transition. Yeah, we're seeing the bullshit. And either we are committing to playing that game or we're like blowing the cover and saying to hell with it. So it's a very intense day. And then quickly after, Mercury, well, not that quick, because it's at midday, Mercury shifts into Scorpio. Is it 223? I don't know why my hours are off here, but that is interesting how off that is. So yeah, midday Mercury will shift into um, Scorpio. And that, um, yeah, really triggers some deep thoughts. We're wrestling with some dark emotions, thoughts, and communicating our deep desires and feelings, and just really sharing the truth and finding practical wisdom here, what to do with this information that we're like, damn, I really don't feel good in this partnership. I really don't feel good in this environment. I really don't feel good doing this task. I really don't feel empowered to do this, anymore. And having that feeling and saying, oh, what am I going to do? And just being really wise with your decisions. Um, the moon in Pisces is also supportive with this realization. There's that trine going on. And the moon in Pisces is waxing, so that's growing in light. And so now we are feeling like we can connect with others, or at least those that we trust, have won our trust, and share these profound insights or profound desires, and have some connection there. Maybe we have that sage friend that is able to, that we can confide in, and they can reason with you in a very, coming from an emotional space, and feel validated for what you feel. So that's really nice. And then we also have at night, it's probably 11:52, we have the moon, the sun, trine Jupiter retrograde, and it's in Gemini. And that could really bring about some creative ideas that offers new opportunities, especially if you are really checking in with yourself and your moral compass and what you feel like is in your integrity, and what you feel like you're excited about that kind of growth. That can really reveal some ways of how you can go about doing that, and shining and sharing that with others. There might be some increased interest on what's fulfilling and purposeful in your life, and how you can build your talent, so that your reputation, you could have your reputation around that sort of talent or skill. So this week, started off pretty rough, but it ends pretty nicely, I think. Um, you know, we'll have those battles going on, those shifts happening, but I see that support is there. So I think we're going to have a wonderful week. So I hope you have a great one. If you feel like you need some personal, one-on-one, definitely reach out. You have 11% off for a reading. All right. Other than that, have a great week. Bye.